Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amber Kohler, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here on my channel. If you're not new, thanks for stopping back by for some crazy, chaotic, all over the place video content. My main goal on YouTube is to have some just videos that make me happy in general, that I hope others can relate to. So lifestyle videos, anything with travel, or my husband, my pets, they mean the most to me. And also cleaning motivation, because that is actually what brought me to YouTube in the first place. But anyways, so a bit of a life update. My husband Anthony and I recently bought a house, and we had been living in an apartment for almost 5 years. Pretty much the entirety of our relationship. We moved in together about 10 or 11 months into dating, and so it was a really kind of rough apartment complex, but we made the most out of the apartment that we lived in, and it was truly what we felt could have been our forever home if it wasn't an apartment in a complex that was just full of like crazy people and drugs and stuff. But anyways, so this is our house, and eventually I'll do a whole house tour, but I figured I'd get into the cleaning motivation again. Also, is what I'm doing here is raking my carpet, and I tell you what, it is a life changer. Everyone should have one of these if you have carpet and pets, because all I was doing was just like scraping the carpet, and it does take a little bit of arm muscle work, but it is a life changer, because look at all the hair that I got, and you don't even see it. You don't see it until you rake it all up, and then you're like, wow, I just like raked up a small dog. But anyways, this is our dog Lucy. If you haven't met her yet, she's just turned a year old, and she is an Australian cattle dog and Shiloh Shepherd mix. We got her from the SPCA when she was like 4 months old, and she came from kind of a rough situation. The first 4 months of her life were kind of rough, but she is truly an outstanding dog, and sometimes she's a little crazy. Sometimes she's evil, which I know some people are like, oh my gosh, don't say that about your dog, but it's in the best way possible. But no, she's amazing, and we still have 3 of our 4 guinea pigs. Unfortunately, Humphrey passed away May 1st of this year, and I was super heartbroken about that. It was the first loss of a pet I have ever experienced, and on top of that, he was my first and my most beloved guinea pig, mostly because he was my first pet on my own as an adult. But anyways, so here's our living room, all clean. Like I said, that carpet rake is a game changer. It's a life changer, and I'm so grateful for this bigger space that we have, because if you remember, our apartment was so small. This is why you don't believe everything you see on social media, YouTube, the internet, whatever. And this is why, okay? Just clean this. It looks pristine, okay? Do not be fooled. Do not be fooled. There's still a mess behind the scenes. So anyways, I stopped the voiceover for a few seconds for that small part that I recorded. I thought was kind of funny. But anyways, this was later that night. I was cleaning up from dinner. I had told Anthony just to go to bed. He had to work, and I work at a school, so I'm actually off for the summer, which is kind of a whole nother situation, because I Instacart full-time. That's my job over the summer. My YouTube hasn't quite taken off to the point where I can rely on that for anything, but hopefully one day. That's my goal. And so yeah, I was working on the kitchen But anyways, I'm forever grateful for this house that we were able to find. Honestly, I don't even know how I came across it. It was like really late one night when we were at the apartment. I came across this house. I told Anthony, I was like, this is our house, and we had been looking for a couple years. And he was like, honey, I know you really want a house, but I don't think we can afford it right now. And I'm just like, no, this is our house. Like, you don't understand. I looked at the pictures and I just knew. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't care what you have to say, this is gonna be our house. And so now here we are, and we made it work. And honestly, I think that the only thing that's been the most expensive about owning a house is the lawn care, because we have a pretty good sized lawn, and we've gone through a lot of lawn mowers just since we've lived here. So I would say that has been the biggest expense. But truly, I highly recommend, if anybody is in a place where they can afford a house, even if it's a fixer-upper, I highly recommend it, because in the long run it's truly cheaper than spending money on rent, and your money's not going towards anything that's eventually going to become yours or have any kind of value to it whatsoever. So in this video, I'm letting the coffee mug fill up with like a descaling solution that I actually found at the Dollar Tree. So that's why the video looked like it was paused, but it was actually the coffee mug, whatever, the glass, I don't know, I'm tired, I don't remember what it's called, filling up with the descaling and water solution, and it actually worked really well. I'm a huge Dollar Tree fan, so I can also maybe do a video of like Dollar Tree products that I recommend. But anyways, so yeah, our kitchen is so much bigger. As you can see, we have like an island. Our kitchen at the old apartment was a galley kitchen. We had no room for anything. In fact, we barely had room to slide past each other when one or the other was cooking. So here's our kitchen. In case you can't tell what my favorite color is, I asked Anthony if it was okay if we had like an all teal / aqua kitchen. He said, I don't care as long as I can cook. So this is the next day that we are cleaning. I went to bed after the kitchen. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And there's Lucy. She's everywhere we are. I love her to death. But yeah, we still have our 3 other piggies. We have Chip, Sylvester, and Pip. Pip we got a little before we got Lucy, and a friend had reached out to me and asked me if we would take him in, because the family that had him pretty much had, I assume, bought him as like a play toy for their kid. And so when we got him, he had mites. His fur was really badly knotted because he's a long-haired guinea pig. And so I had to bathe him, cut some of his hair, not some, a lot of his hair off, which really was upsetting because you could just see how much pain he was in. But we got him all cleaned up, and luckily all 4 of the piggies got to spend time together before Humphrey passed. And Sylvester definitely was affected the most, because that was like his cage mate his entire life, and he just adored Humphrey with everything he had in him. And it's crazy because not a lot of people, you know, think a lot about guinea pigs and their well-being, but Sylvester definitely was affected. And I'll do a video maybe on like the loss of a pet and kind of the things I experienced and things I noticed, and hopefully maybe can help others relate to, you know, what to expect with the loss of a guinea pig, what we did, how we took care of Humphrey's body, which I still regret because I wish we had cremated him, but we just didn't have the money or the resources at the time, but he's very well taken care of still nonetheless. But anyways, so this is kind of my first voiceover, and I'm just kind of going on and on, because like I said, if you've watched some of my videos, then you know that we've been in the apartment, we just moved, and definitely a lot of video content coming up. But anyways, so I hope you enjoyed this cleaning montage. This was just our downstairs. I hope to do an upstairs one eventually. But anyways, thank you so much for listening to me rant. I hope you stick around. I hope you find comfort in my cleaning and or my content in any way, or even some comedic relief. I pretty much just post whatever I want. But alright, see ya!